right, opening ceremony teams, need you guys start getting lined up. Almost 5 o'clock.
Good afternoon and welcome to Live RC's coverage of the 2019 IFMAR 18IC Track World Championships presented by Infinity from right here at Steel City RC Speedway in Fontana, USA. We're here this afternoon to start things off with our opening ceremony. 26 countries represented at the IFMAR World Championships, making up 120 drivers. It's been a beautiful day of open practice so far. We open up things officially this afternoon before we get into control practice from tomorrow. The drivers' fastest 3 consecutive laps will set their grid positions for qualifying come the following days. 3 rounds of qualifying on Wednesday and Thursday each before we get into our Super Pole shootout, followed by lower finals, and it all boils down to the IFMAR World Championship final on Saturday to crown the 2019 IFMAR World Champion. Of course, Infinity are the chassis to beat coming into this week, as they are defending IFMAR World Champions at the hands of Dario Balestri, who took the World Championship in Montiers in France just 2 years ago. And he's been trying to push himself up in practice today. It's been pretty quick today so far. Jesse Davis pushing up with some very quick times, the Infinity driver from Victoria in Australia. And he'll be one to watch when we come into seating practice tomorrow morning. At the moment, we're boiling things down. We'll be starting with our opening ceremony very shortly here at the hands of Mike Braun out on track, your track announcer. We'll be handling things and the proceedings starting very soon.
You guys bring your cars, grab a flag. They are right behind the tech area. We are getting ready.
Thank you for joining us here with Live RC. Broadcasting live across Facebook, YouTube, and on ifmar.liverc.com, where you can catch all the action all week long, boiling down for the 2019 IFMAR 18IC Track World Championships. Live timing and race results will be available. Head to ifmar.liverc.com and you can join in the chat on that page as well, or even chat to us on YouTube and Facebook across the week. We'll be able to see your chats and interact with you over the course of the week. Make your comments, shout out to your favourite drivers, even ask a question or two. My name's Chris Mitchell, and I'll be joined by the one and only Mr. Scotty Ernst from tomorrow morning to bring you all the action this week. As we get a nice panning shot out across the track. Beautiful red and black colour palette on display here at Steel City RC Speedway, making up 13 turns of racing surface. Across, I believe it's 250 foot by about 120 foot in distance. Some of the trickiest parts of the track, if you look up into the top left portion of your screen there, that quick and fast chicane in what is the driver's top right as they come flying off the back straight. We saw many cars come a cropper today in their open practice, clipping that inside pole and sending the car skidding across this roof to the outside of that chicane before they make their run down towards the pit entry corner. When drivers trying to put in their fastest times, they're always going to come unstuck on a track that's being described by drivers as somewhat edgy. They are saying it's quite high grip here at Steel City RC Speedway, but very edgy. 8-scale track cars are very hard to roll over due to traction alone, but yet we've seen it many times today in open practice already, even with early days of traction, start and build over the course of the weekend. There's no additive being used on the tyres, but there is just a little bit of sugar water down on the track to create that sticky racing surface, as you can see the glossy line in the centre of your screen coming through the Wallace double right-hander. Following on into the Infinity Carousel. Traction at an all-time high already so far this week, and we've got loads of racing yet to go. The track gets dried off and rubbed down each morning. Quite a unique process as the track as well. We'll try and capture some of that process and show it to you live on Live RC's broadcast. Basically, they get a big old rug that's about 3 meters square and tow it behind a four-wheeler ATV. The rug is actually watered down and soaks up all the remaining dust that's left on the track from overnight proceedings. As it looks like we're going to patch down to Mike Braun, the track announcer, to take us away with the opening ceremony.
All right, and welcome everyone to Steel City RC Speedway and the 2019 IFMAR World Championships. This is our opening ceremonies. We are going to start this off with Argentina, representatives from Argentina. Next up, representatives from Australia. Will be representatives from Austria. Up next, representatives from Belgium. Up next, representatives from Brazil. Up next are representatives from Canada. And up next are representatives from Chile. Up next, representatives from Curacao. Up next are representatives from Denmark. Up next are representatives from Ecuador. Up next are representatives from Finland. Up next are representatives from France. Up next are representatives from Germany. Up next are representatives from Greece. Up next are representatives from Italy. Up next are representatives from Japan. All right, up next is our representatives from Mexico. Up next, our representatives from the Netherlands. Up next, our representatives from Peru. Up next, our representatives from Portugal. Up next, our representatives from Sweden. All right, up next is our representatives from Switzerland. Up next, our representatives from Thailand. Up next, our representatives from the United Kingdom. Up next are representatives from Venezuela. I don't see anybody in line. United States. Next are representatives over there, United States. Up next are representatives from the United States of America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from home, sweet home.
All right, and singing our national anthem today for us from the United States of America, 14-year-old from Riverside Poly High School. That's going to be John David Romo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes had bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, John. Good job. And thank you, John, for singing that for us. Up next, we have the president of Auto Club Speedway, Mr. Dave Allen.
Good to see you. Welcome to Auto Club Speedway. How's everybody doing? That was awesome. This is fantastic. I want to thank the Goodwine family for building a world-class facility here inside of a world-class facility. So it's not often we have international events, let alone world championships. So usually we've got about 65,000 people sitting up there in the grandstands watching NASCAR. But I tell you, I've seen you guys run around this racetrack, and it's very exciting. So I just wanted to take a minute. Thank you all for being here. Thank Phil and the Goodwine family. They do a tremendous job. So good luck to you. Keep all four wheels on the ground and go fast, all right? Good luck.
All right, up next is going to be track owner, Mr. Phil Goodwine.
Thank you. Afternoon, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a great time. Welcome to Steel City RC Speedway. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out racing with us. We're a young group, a young track, I should say. I'm not young. Young track. I'm very pleased to have been able to host this 2019 IFMAR 8-scale World Championship, being that we're 2 years ago, this was an idea. You know, seriously. We decided to do it. We had come out here, talked to Dave and his staff, got together, made arrangements, and put everything together. So I'm very grateful to Auto Club Speedway allowing us in here. We're in here with a good venue of kart racing, stock car racing, road racing, drag racing, all kinds of racing. So you guys should feel fortunate. You're in a racing community out here, that's for sure. So, but I greatly appreciate all of you spending the effort, time, money away from your families, coming out here and spending it with us. we're learning. So I hope everything is going well. I hope everybody is happy. I have to obviously thank my wife, Beth. She is standing back here for putting up with all this. And none of this race here would have been possible without Kyle. He gave up his opportunity to race to put this race on for you guys, so I needed to thank him. So once again, thank you to everybody, IFMAR, EFRA, Roar, everybody, Jeff, Sonder, everybody that came out. Let's have some good racing tomorrow, and let's have fun. All right? And of course, Mike on the mic. Mike.
Yeah, whatever. Thank you, Phil. And to close out our opening ceremonies will be IC Chairman Sonder.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of IFMAR, I would like to welcome everybody that is attending this 1/8 scale IC Track World Championship here in Fontana, California. This week we are the guests of at Steel City RC Raceway. The hosts, the Goodwine family, have built here an amazing facility, especially if you realize that they're only at the idea two years ago. A very well designed facility, very big, very fast, and I think it's a perfect facility to hold an IFMAR event like this. We have 26 countries here attending, about 120 drivers to battle and hopefully to crown a new world championship, a new world champion by the end of this week. I hope you enjoy your stay here and make some new friends this week. After all, that is part of the hobby that IFMAR tries to promote. Although the sport knows a number of professional drivers, there is still a big number of amateurs involved, and without them it would be almost impossible to organize these events. Good luck to all of you. Enjoy the racing, and a big thank to the Goodwines and the people from Roar who have invested a lot of time and money to organize this event and to make your stay as good as possible. Thank you.
Where they're at, take the concourse. So have them announce. Bring their cars up.
All right, that concludes our opening ceremonies for you guys today. Thank you for all the countries participating this weekend. Awesome turnout here. Been some great running so far. It's going to be a great week here at racing. That's going to conclude our opening ceremonies. Up next is concourse, guys. Let's bring your concourse bodies out here in the front, right here in the red area, and we'll get them all lined up.
All right, we're going to do all drivers here. Sorry, all drivers, we're going to get them start right here in the kink. Get all drivers back out here. Palazola. All drivers, we're going to get you all grouped in here in this front section here. Group picture for everybody right here in front.
Well, that wraps us up here for today's proceedings for the opening ceremony at the 2019 IFMAR 1/8 IC Track World Championships at Steel City RC Speedway here in Fontana, USA. The whole event, and of course our live broadcast, brought to you by Infinity. We'll be back tomorrow morning from about 8 a.m. California time with the seeding rounds, the qualifying to set the grids for qualifying. We'll be back soon from Live RC. You can find us on Facebook, liverc.com, or on our YouTube channel. For now, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.